To see the stories on a 3-hour news show. Now, like I said earlier in the previous segment, in this segment we're going to talk about football. So the second match in Group B of the 2024 AFF Cup between Indonesia and Laos ended in a thrilling 3-3 draw at the Manahan Stadium in Solo, Central Java on Thursday.
Now, Indonesia failed to capitalize on their momentum and settled for a draw against Laos following a narrow 1-0 victory over Myanmar in their opening game.
Indonesia's goal came from a stunning strike by Kadek Arel and a brace by Muhammad Ferrari. Meanwhile, Laos equalized through Panyavong, Pommatep, and Pantavong. Now, despite this, Indonesia remains at the top of Group B with 4 points from 2 matches, while Laos remains at the bottom with just 1 point. Indonesia will now face a high-stake away match against Vietnam on December 15th.
네, 오늘 경기 두 팀 다 월수도 마찬가지고 라오스도 마찬가지고 열심히 최선을 다한 것 같고 그렇지만 우리 팀 자체에서 우리 스스로 패스를 많이 하면서 우리가 실점을 많이 주지 않았나. 어떻게 보면 우리가 패스미스에 오늘 우리가 무승부를 했다고 생각합니다. 많이 아쉬운 경기다. 우리 홈 팬들한테 이기는 경기를 못 보여줘서 좀 아쉽게 생각하고 죄송하게 생각합니다.
And to review Garuda's performance last night and what Shin Tae-yong should do in their next matches, we have football pundit Jerry Arvino here in the studio. Welcome!
Yay. Welcome!
So excited!
It's rare to have him in the afternoon.
Exactly. I was thinking he's never here in the afternoon. It's always in the morning. He's like a regular in the morning, right? All right. So again, with the win last night, we want to know Indonesia against Myanmar and a draw against Laos. How do you see Garuda's performance in the last 2 matches? I don't know. We just want to know, what's your opinion? Because it's important because after this match, that means Indonesia has to win the next 2 matches to be able to stay in the game, right?
Yeah. Frankly speaking, I'm still not impressed about how they perform, but we know that our team is the youngest team in the tournament. We can feel, we can smell so much potential in them, but our defense was prone to quick transition, and there was a gap between midfielders and defenders because we didn't have a proper defensive midfielder, role number 6.
Okay. And
as we experienced in World Cup qualifier, that we have a problem up front because all of our goals, all 3 goals against Laos and the goal against Myanmar, all from defenders. So we have a problem up front.
So up front there may be strikers,
Yeah,
right?
strikers. Yeah.
So you don't have strikers who can play up front and follow through. You say to do their job, because if defenders go all the way up, it means that it's a completely different structure. But if you've mentioned before that these are a very young team, and yes, there's a lot of potential. How do you see them growing in this, though? Because it's a risk, right?
Yeah.
Shin Tae-yong took a risk and decided he wants the younger seeds to have an experience as well. What do you think about this move, having watched the last 2 games?
Because the players we used to see in the qualifier still playing in the club. Because it's not a kind of FIFA Matchday, so it's different. It's just a regional tournament.
Yeah.
So they're there, and then we have to compete with the young players, and that they want to show the players who never appear in the squad, in the national squad. So this is the time, and honestly, they look a bit nervous and disjointed, lack of chemistry. I don't know, but they just need an experience, because in the game versus Myanmar, 7 players made their debut in the senior national team. So we are fully understand that they need time. They need time to grow, and maybe we have to manage our expectation.
Right. But do you think that's kind of gambling to put them now, don't you think? Or that's just how it is? That's
It's
we have no
gambling,
choice, right?
It's gambling,
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's see. We have Marcelino, Asnawi, Arhan, and Shrik that are expected to be in the main force in this competition. Now, in your opinion, how do you think they have played so far?
Yeah, with their experience of playing under Sintayong system in the qualifier, they are the go-to guy, or in Indonesian term called abang-abangan in the field. On the field. So we can see the progress in the second half versus Myanmar when four of them playing as a substitution. And Rafael can create scoring opportunities, and not only depends on Marcelino and Arhan and Asnawi, just be the creators of the goal of the Indonesia versus Myanmar. And in the game versus Laos, Arhan's throw-in is the main threat for Laos for almost the whole game. So just do a throw-in and inshallah, something like that. And do a set pieces and corner kick, and we got 2 of our 3 goals from the set pieces.
Yeah.
So,
Well, do you think we have a good playmaker in this squad right now, or do we?
Yeah. We have a free role in Marcelino and also Raihan Hanan as a attacking midfielder. But yeah, we're lack of maybe a senior to make them confident to play anyone. Because sometimes it's important to have some kind of players that maybe not playing much, but in the locker room,
it's the mentality.
The mentality and the fighting spirit, and he can, burn the spirit.
So who's currently the most experienced player in this?
Asnawi Mangkualam is the
oldest.
Yeah,
and
the
most
oldest, 25
right?
years
He's only
old.
25.
25 is the oldest.
And the youngest is Arkan Kaka, 17.
17. So most of them are under 20, right?
Yeah, because the average age is 20-ish.
Yeah. But how do you see them transitioning to the senior team? We've seen them play in the U20s. Now, how do you see the young debutants transition to the senior team?
Yeah, few of them played good, like Donitri. Donitri filled the place of Justin Hapner. And Arkan Fikri in the midfield, but we still need a fighter because the position of him is box to box. It's not the defensive midfielder, the anchor. We don't have it in our team now. And we can register 26 players for this tournament, and 23 for the game, and maybe 3 for reserves. And we only registered 24. Maybe we hope that Justin Hapner and Iver Jenner can join our squad in the semifinal.
If we reach the semifinals.
Yeah, hopefully.
Let's take a look at the table, though. If you look at the standings right now, Indonesia is currently top of the Group B with 4 points. Furthermore, Indonesia will have to face the Philippines and Vietnam. So Vietnam is the one who beat Laos 4-1.
Yes.
So what do you see? How do you see this? Because Vietnam and Philippines have yet to play another game to even up the matches played, right? So where are the chances? Is it going to be Vietnam more crucial, or is it going to be Philippines that's going to be a lot tougher for us, Indonesia?
Yeah, I think...
And this is a young team, right? So
Vietnam is tougher, of course, because they got the extra recovery time because this is what we don't have. Because after playing against Myanmar, we have a short recovery time and only 1 day of training. Even Laos didn't training because they're too tired, because the flight, I forgot, 15 or 16 hours of flight, because we have to fly to Kuala Lumpur and then Yogyakarta and to Solo fly via bus.
So what are your predictions in those matches? Because if you see, Vietnam's age average this year is also 21.48 years old. So it's not very far from Indonesia's age average.
But we lost Marcelino.
That's true, red
one
card.
One of our best players, sadly. I mean, the second yellow card.
That is
card,
true.
So
So what do you think? How big is the challenge going to be against Vietnam and against Philippines? And what are the chances that we will still stay in the top 2 to get to knockout stages?
Sintayong tried to do a squad rotation. He's trying to, try the young players to play and to give experience. So we have only 3 days of preparation to make a fixed lineup to face Vietnam. And recovery time is less than them. So maybe we have to be better, at least up front. If we don't have enough scoring opportunities, we have to do like one shot, one goal, like Lau did to us. Okay. So be effective, be clinical as needed.
All right, but we still okay, I'm not trying to cut you, but we still want to know your score prediction, Jerry.
Oh, score prediction?
Put him in the spot.
Yeah. Score prediction.
For Indonesia, Vietnam this Sunday.
Vietnam, hopefully we can win, but I think it's a draw.
Wow. Okay. So what happens if we're getting a draw? It means that Vietnam.
And we beat Philippines?
We can still advance.
Yeah, because there are two teams from this group and top two in the group A. But if we finish second, we have to face the top of the group A. So it could be Thailand. So it's harder.
Yeah, so safer for us is if we stay on top, right?
Yeah, but we never know because Vietnam only play one, so it's not enough sample size to see that they are better than us. Yeah. Because if we just see our first match, we win, just like Vietnam. It's 3 points anyway. But we haven't seen Vietnam in the second game and third game, so maybe we can win, hopefully.
So like you mentioned, rotation is key if you want to win these matches, right?
And try to find the fixed lineup. To know the better system and tactical adjustment because, there's a gap between lines.
Right, and you said Ivan Jenner most likely will not be participating, right? And then we also we won't have Marcelino Ferdinand. So who's gonna take their position then?
I think it's Raihan Hanan. Raihan Hanan is an attacking midfielder in Persija in the club. So maybe he can fill the role of Marcelino. But in the game versus Laos, we play 2 attacking midfielder and 1 box-to-box with no defensive midfielder. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I don't know. If Raihan Hanan replaces the spot of Marcelino, so Arkan Fikri is still there, and so maybe Sintayong will play the defensive midfielder, the proper one. Maybe Rivaldo Pakpahan or I don't know who. So
it's interesting you mentioned specific positions because you also mentioned Shin Tae-yong is still rotating and asking around. So these players are so young that they might not even have found their specialized positions yet, right?
Yeah.
So how do you see that? That's as an extra risk. Is that an extra risk factor in this tournament, or is that actually a blessing in disguise and an opportunity as well?
Yeah, because. Maybe many people said that this is a B team, not A team, right? But for me, it's a young team, not B or A, because this is our A team.
Yeah.
Because they're the selected 24, and they regularly playing in the league, so they have time to play. So maybe all they need is a time and trust from the coach and the role. So maybe STS should do a tactical adjustment against Vietnam because for the previous 2 games, he used to play experiment. Like when Pratama Arhan in the senior team in World Cup qualifier playing left, but now they're playing in the right because to invert. It's too risky against Vietnam.
So no more risks in the third game.
Yeah. Just play safe like we used to do.
Enough research, enough experimenting. No more risk. It's the third game.
All we need is 3 points.
All you need is 3 points. That's good.
That's right. So Jerry, thank you so much for being here again. So hopefully, like you said, this Sunday draw.
Win!
Exactly. Why did I say draw? We don't want to draw.
1 point aggregate.
Yes, that's right.
No, but I loved how you mentioned there is no B team because no matter what, this is also our A team, and we shouldn't treat B team wise. Right?
Exactly.
B teams don't exist.
All right. Well, viewers, stay tuned. See, the stories will continue after the break, and we will talk about Indonesia's achievements in sports throughout 2024. Don't go anywhere.